It happens several thousand times a day in Canada. Another smooth landing after another uneventful flight. That safe arrival is no accident. It's the result of a systematic way of identifying hazards, assessing risk, and developing and implementing ways to control that risk. Managing risk is not just a task reserved for larger carriers like this one. It's a fundamental part of aviation, one that should be practiced by everyone who is involved in aviation, from recreational pilots to air traffic controllers, from aircraft maintainers to airline presidents. To see how a small air carrier manages risk, we visited Nighthawk Air Express in Ottawa, Ontario. It's typical of many commercial aviation companies in Canada, working hard to ensure customer satisfaction, keeping aircraft in the air and revenue flowing. All this while still focusing on safety as a #1 priority. Nighthawk Air Express is unusual because its flight operations occur on the back side of the clock, a time that can cause increased stress on safety and risk management.
Each one of our aircraft departs as the sun goes down, and each one of our aircraft flies all night long, arriving at its destination as the sun comes up. Now, this is great news for the engineers that get a day job, and it's less than ideal for the pilot. The SOPs, the standard operating procedures, and the cockpit resource management that's part of that SOP is one of the sure ways that the pilots use at the end of the night to ensure that the mission is safe.
But standard operating procedures and other issues related to safety are more than just for the pilots. Safety is something that concerns everyone in the company.
A safety program starts at the top. It starts with the president. And the president, he sets the pace that the rest will follow. In most companies and in our company, the president has a delegate that's responsible, and that's the safety officer.
At Nighthawk Air Express, the safety officer is a line pilot whose role is to facilitate the exchange of safety information between company employees.
The dissemination of safety-related items is one of the big things that my role is. The others are is our hazardous incident reporting system, which is probably the cornerstone of our safety program, where anybody out there at any time that has any concerns regarding safety on the flight line has a report form that they can fill out, and they know that if that comes to me, I can take it to the president of the company, and we'll take steps to fix that up.
Equally important is feedback concerning safety issues that are raised. This is facilitated through ongoing communication between the safety officer and company employees, regularly scheduled safety meetings, and frequent teleconferences to include dialogue with personnel at other Nighthawk bases across North America. Everyone plays a vital role in safety management. Each employee knows their job and is important in identifying safety deficiencies and recommending procedures that will make the operation safer. To help battle the stress associated with this type of nocturnal air operation, Nighthawk sent their safety officer to fatigue training at Nassau to better understand the challenges of night flying. As a result of the course, a number of major changes were implemented. Things like modifications in scheduling were introduced to maximize crew efficiency and minimize fatigue. Layover hotels were chosen based on their ability to facilitate crew rest periods. Installation of blackout curtains, pilot rooms in the quietest areas of the hotel, and assurance that staff would not inadvertently disturb the crew were all important factors in selecting the hotels. And to help battle dehydration, which is a significant contributor to fatigue, water was made available as standard issue in every cockpit. Another important aspect in any safety program is to keep things interesting. And Nighthawk succeeded with a simple way to attract attention to their safety bulletin board.
I've come up with a safety motto, and I've stolen it from the red-green show, which is keep your stick on the ice. And we've just recently got some autographed pictures back from the red-green show, signed by Red himself, with saying to the crews at Nighthawk, fly safe and keep your stick on the ice. And if nothing else, it draws their attention to the safety board.
It takes the involvement of everyone in the company and a reasonable amount of company resources to make a safety program a success. But Nighthawk feels that it is worth the effort.
It's clear to us at Nighthawk Air Express, safety contributes directly to our bottom line. Our safety programs that we have in place have allowed us to remain profitable. Profitability allows us in turn to grow. We could not do this without our safety program. Managing risk is a difficult task, but it's an essential part of the aviation business.
It starts at the top and it applies to every company employee. Completing the mission safely should be the goal every time. I'm Mike Doiron, inviting you to return next week to fly with us through the Overcast.